When I look at that idea of we're not meant to be alone, that goes against every fiber of my being. I grew up this independent young person. My dad is with me here today, a product of the 70s. Women were strong. I told my parents that I wanted to be a race car driver. I wanted to play in the NFL. I was very specific. I wanted to be a 6'2" quarterback in the NFL. And I remember that I had this moment of vulnerability where I realized that I needed to give my life to God, even in this area. And I remember telling God, okay, I feel like you've been telling me that I'm not meant to be alone, even though I want to be able to be this independent woman needing no man. But I get it, and I give it to you, because I am not going to be able to do this on my own. It starts to challenge your faith a little bit. But what I came to realize is that the God I believe in keeps his promises. And one of the promises is that we all have free will. We get a choice with our free will. We can do good, or we can do evil. God gave this world to Satan to reign over, and he keeps him on a short leash. And over time, I started looking at people's lives and stories and things that I heard, and I've developed this vision that I'm going to share with you, and that is that I do believe that. I do believe that there is a God in heaven. I do believe there is Satan. I believe he was a fallen angel, and I believe that he challenged God and said, you're not the supreme being, I'll be the supreme being. I don't have to answer to you. And so here he came. And if you look in Genesis, God says that he regretted it the moment he put us here. But if you look at the root of the word, he wasn't regretting it as if he made a mistake. He was regretting it as in he had pain and sorrow for what we would feel here. And I believe that God knows this is a blink of an eye. In all of eternity, this is a blink. But I believe God is using this to show Satan something. And he's showing Satan, you don't win. Evil does not win in this world. There's a ripple effect for everything we do. I loved it when Chip was sharing with me the story of Lee Grimes answering a call that he felt was from God, and he and his wife going through their own hardship to make this museum something. And I believe that they got that call because, again, it's God saying, man is not meant to go this road alone. Show them they have other people that experience things similar to them. I can meet other widows, and there's something that happens, there's a knowing that's there. People that are 20 and 30 years out from losing their spouse can tear up, even though they're happily married to somebody else, their life has gone on, but there's a shared knowledge that is comforting and also takes them back in a heartbeat. He didn't need or want any accolades or recognition. He wanted to keep giving back. And so he did in this new way. And at the end of the line, there was a guy that came up and he said, well, first of all, the reason I brought up this whole story, a little ADD, forgive me, was that people would come up and say, I only did this in the military, and almost apologize for it. And he would say, no, man, it takes all of us. Thank you for your service. And he would thank them. And the funnier side of that story was the guy at the end who came up and said, I've been waiting 3 hours just to meet you, and I'm nervous. And Chris said, you're nervous. You should see my knees. I'm not used to all this. And he said, but 3 hours, he said, man, I'm sorry. You must be so disappointed. And the guy said, what? And I kind of looked at Chris like, what? And he said, come on. You wait 3 hours and get to the front of the line just to find out it's just another dumb redneck standing here. But that was Chris. And I take a page out of his playbook when I hear people saying, I'm sorry I didn't serve, or I wish I could have served, or they explain it away. And I just want to tell them that 1%, less than 1%, really feels called to serve. Really feels that they're the boots on the ground person, ready to head into the fight. But that leaves 99% of us who also have an ability to serve in a different way. We're patriotic too. And part of our way to serve is to take care of the veterans. It goes back to this biblical thing of we're not meant to be alone, so how about we just be there for each other? And it always overwhelms me and brings me to tears because it's just big. It's big for me. It's big in my heart. It's important. It's meaningful. That's why I'm here today. This effort by this museum is big, it's important, it's meaningful, it brings people to tears, it reminds people they're not alone. It reminds people there's a ripple effect of good even in the face of evil. And that yes, 1%, less than 1% of this country will actually get it on a level that you don't have to say anything, you can just look at each other and know. But that there's 99% of us that we may not know that, but we're still here for you. We still love you, we still are grateful for you, we still want to know your story. We still want to somehow show up and say we have your back. In whatever way that we can, we have your back. Because it takes all of us to make this country the great nation that it is.